Well, hello there, friends. You're listening to Mastering the TASC Exam with me, Mr. ABE TASCONI. Today's TASC Science lesson is Health and Nutrition. Here's today's test tip for the TASC exam. Don't spend hours studying a particular subject. Instead, spend about 20 to 30 minutes on one subject, say the information that you learned out loud, and pick a different subject to study. Spend about 20 to 30 minutes on that subject and talk to yourself about what you learned. You've got to break up the monotony of preparing for the exam. Your brain will definitely thank you. In today's lesson, we're going to focus on health and nutrition. Speaking of focusing, I need to go to the next slide and try this again. Sorry, Richard Simmons, you're making me nervous. So our health can be affected by many factors. Today we're going to focus on two: infections and nutrition. First up is infection. An infection is the invasion and multiplication of pathogens that are not normally found in our bodies. Pathogens are microorganisms that cause disease. Different types of pathogens include bacteria, viruses, fungi, and protozoa. First up are bacteria. In the video Cell Structures and Functions, we learned that bacteria are single-celled organisms without a nucleus and are classified as prokaryotes. These little invaders cause things like strep throat, pneumonia, syphilis, and food poisoning. Viruses, on the other hand, are thread-like particles that reproduce by taking over a host's living cells. Viruses aren't considered to be true living organisms since they can't reproduce by themselves. Once it infects a cell, a virus can then direct the cell to produce more viruses. These little bandits cause things like the common cold, flu, genital herpes, cold sores, and chickenpox. Next up is fungi, which is plural for fungus. Fungi are simple organisms that grow as single cells or thread-like filaments. Types of illnesses caused by fungi include ringworm, mushroom poisoning, and yeast infections. Finally, we come to protozoa. Protozoa are single-celled organisms with a nucleus. They have a brain, which means they're classified as what? Eukaryotic. Examples of illnesses caused by protozoa include malaria, traveler's diarrhea, and sleeping sickness. Pathogens are very clever. They can enter our bodies through breaks in the skin, through the air we breathe, food we eat, water we drink, contact with our blood or saliva, through sexual intercourse. Fortunately for us, we have ways to fight germs. These include our skin, mucus in our nose, stomach acid, tears, our immune system, immunization, and antibiotics. To help our bodies with the ever-present danger of infection, we can utilize the food we eat to help boost our body's defense system, with the help of nutrients, which are substances needed for growth, normal functioning, and maintenance of cells. Nutrient sources include proteins, carbohydrates, which are sugars and starches, fats, vitamins, minerals, and water. Now let's take a quick look at each one. Proteins are complex molecules of amino acids, which are building blocks that are made up of oxygen, carbon, nitrogen, and hydrogen. Proteins are important for growth and maintenance of cells and metabolism. We obtain protein by eating meat, fish, eggs, dairy products, nuts, seeds, and vegetable sources. Carbohydrates are molecules containing oxygen, carbon, and hydrogen. Carbohydrates are our body's main energy source, which provides 4 calories of energy per gram. Sources of carbohydrates include bread, pasta, cereal, rice, fruits, and potatoes. Now we come to fats, which are fatty acids containing oxygen, carbon, and hydrogen. Fats are concentrated sources of energy. They provide 9 calories of energy per gram and help with things like insulation and cell maintenance. Fat sources can be obtained through fish oils, vegetable oils, and animal fats found in foods. Did you take your vitamins today? Vitamins are substances used in very small amounts that are vital for body processes. These little nutrients are important for growth and maintenance, cell repair, protein synthesis, and metabolism. We obtain vitamin sources through various foods, nutritional supplements, microorganisms in our bowels, and sunlight. We now come to minerals. Minerals are substances necessary for normal development. Examples would be iron, potassium, calcium, and magnesium. Minerals help with red blood cell production, building strong bones, and transmitting nerve impulses. Mineral sources are found in fruits, vegetables, nutritional supplements, meats, and dairy products. Last but not least, we have good old water. Water's made up of oxygen and hydrogen. It's involved in almost all of our body's processes, and it can be found in beverages and food. Nutrients are critical for our survival. That being said, it's all about balance. Too much of a certain nutrient can be harmful. Not enough of a certain nutrient can be harmful. An example would be water. Not enough water and we dehydrate. Too much water and we drown. Speaking of balance, don't overdo it. Make sure you're giving yourself some time to breathe and relax. By the time you take the test, you'll be more than ready. And before we go, remember to click the link in the description box to take my Quizlet for this lesson. I'm so glad we can go on this important journey together. Stay safe, friends, and keep on studying. I'd like to thank Chris Matthews for providing the music for this program, to Valerie Jeffers for co-producing, to Marian University and the Blue Umbrella for making this series possible, along with all the other teachers, townships, and adult basic education programs who help adult learners reach for the stars. Mr. ABE TASCONI is the alter ego of me, David Taylor. If you have any questions about the TASC exam, or if you'd like to try some of my quizzes, please email me at tasktestquestions@gmail.com. This has been a Jeffers and Taylor production. See you next time.